on why you shouldn't use Mailchimp or ConvertKit to launch your newsletter. Yeah, hey everybody, this is Ian from mindfulmarketplace.com, and this is our brand new series, Crisis Proof Your Practice, for those of you who are going through some pretty trying times right now, as pretty much we all are in the service-related industry. So many people are asking questions on our Mindful Marketplace community about launching a newsletter or starting an email marketing style business, which is a great idea. And regardless of the time in which we're in, email marketing still has, at least for us, the highest ROI, return on investment of energy and effort and content and creativity, and I highly recommend it. But the problem that I see most people struggle with, especially as you're just starting out, is this idea of long form writing, right? It's not always easy to generate ideas for a newsletter. And B, there is the chicken and the egg conundrum. When you don't have an audience, you don't have subscribers, and you really need some sort of source, of both of an audience and inspiration to create the content on a daily basis, right? So you're not really going to be writing an email to nobody if you have no audience, and launching a list requires a traffic source, and it requires maybe ads or affiliates and all those sorts of things, or an audience that you already have built in, which many people don't. So here is the alternative, and this is why I recommend using a tool like Review or Curated, or even something like Substack, which is a little bit different, but kind of has some of the same underpinning principles. So my recommendation is a curated newsletter, and essentially, or let me restate that, a curated content newsletter where you're actually not required to write long-form content. Instead, you are opining on what's going on in your niche, vertical, industry, marketplace, locality, by posting links to other events or newsworthy things that are happening, and essentially you are leveraging the content that other people are creating, referencing that, and sharing that with your list. Now that gives you the ability to not only create content in a much faster fashion, it also allows you to build relationships and rapport with professional peers when you cite or reference their content, their articles, their ideas, etc. So it does a couple things at once. When you reference someone else's work and you share that in your newsletter, and they get pinged or notified, or whether you do that automatically even, you can do it on Facebook, on Twitter, you can do it by email. You can just mention somebody, or you can reach out to somebody. Essentially, when you say something nice about somebody else's content, or you say something even that is contrarian, or you challenge an idea, regardless of the approach that you take, you're going to get some level of notice and notoriety that you don't get by dint of a normal email newsletter. So I really recommend that you explore either Review or Curated or that sort of tool or tech, as to my mind, it's really a much smarter and much more expedited approach to building a newsletter list. You can also look at something like Substack, which has really grown in popularity over the last year or so. It's a little bit different. It's not curated content. You're still doing some longer form writing, and you can also, by the way, do longer form writing with the first two tools. There are other curated tools out there as well, other than Review and Curated.co, but those are the two that I've had the most experience with. In particular, Review I really like, but Substack is becoming really popular, and they have a lot of in-platform promotional opportunities that can help you really build your list. In a sense, it's almost like a medium for email, for email newsletters. So Medium.com being the publishing platform for longer form content. Okay, so hope that makes some sense and hope that helps. And if you have any questions, as always, feel free to ask below or send us an email, hi@mindfulmarketplace.com. Thanks.